Greetings everyone, AngradeVT here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the south side as the blue golden horde. Wait, isn't that the wrong color? We have HungADC. Spawn on the north side as the yellow knights Templar with Ms. Apostrophe Cat with a lowercase k. Golden tents of course on the way, got early house, got early mining pit, nothing too crazy. When it comes to initial map generation, I do see both deer deposits over here, along with Pumbaa, so it'd be a good idea if the Golden Horde probably focus on getting, well, food, which is not to be unheard of. Of course, got the OVO now established here. And he also does have 3 small gold deposits behind him as well, so he has a lot of resources back at home in storage and doesn't go too far on the field, honestly. We have a bit of berries, bit of stone, extra stone there, so I think blue's map generation is pretty good. For yellow, both his wood deposits off the side. We do have a small gold, stone, gold in front, another bit of stone behind. It's a little bit more exposed there. Does have Pumbaa and deer somewhat in the same region as well, but feels like blue has better map generation. Large gold deposit in the center, equal distant. Though yellow does have a better trade post placement. Principality of Antioch? I'm not familiar with that one. Melee units get plus 15% damage. Is this the one where you get throwing axemen? I can't remember. You got the Hospitaller from the Knights Hospitallers. You got the Chevalugers from the French. And I think this is the one that gives you like throwing axemen, right? And this does get melee units get plus 50% damage, so pretty good power spike. Knights and Torgers, that's basically standard. I don't think I've ever seen building carts ever get selected. Quite a bit of stone being collected by Knights Templar. Is going for a fortress or secondary town center? Villagers. Of course, now he does the Principality of Antioch. That means all of his scouts right now has plus 15% damage, so now does 1.15 damage. Nice. Khan and Torgor still aging up, taking quite a bit of time there. Howdy. Again, I'm not sure what you mean by again. Either way, we do have the secondary towns that are now being built here on next to the Golden Vein. We do have Knights and Torgers now complete. Still not sure what the Knights of Principality unit is. I think it was, like I said, I think it was a throwing axeman unit, throwing range melee. Either way, stockyard here, nothing too crazy. We do have first round of the Khan, Batu Khan now upload on the field. Got a golden horse next to the golden tent. Batu Khan's pretty forward now. He has 10 damage, cash attack speed, and does have a ×2 charge attack. Oh, yep, but I'm not sure what we mean by again though. I know I did cast new games, I just can't remember what you meant by again. Unless you got another game again. Either way, we do have this OVO down here getting hit by a scout. You can see here the plus 50% damage does increase. You see the 1 plus 0, which is supposed to be 1 point plus a 0.15. That's a villager, not a pilgrim. Level 1 pilgrims have not been researched just yet. Has gone for 2 town centers, which is sort of interesting. Also, I don't remember last time seeing a Knights Templar player go for 2 town centers. We got 3 armor on this Batu Khan, so he takes a lot less damage from the town center. He does have about king health. DPS is better than the king as well because of higher attack speed while lower base damage. Down south, we do have the OVO is taking a fair amount of damage there. We do have a fortified outpost here. A pair of Togurds now heading down south. And we do now have the Hardened Spearman upgrade on the way for the Knights Templar. And switch over to him. It is, yeah, the Sergeant, not throwing axemen, which does throw axes, so good enough. Takes a bit of damage there. We've got the black sheep of the families following Batu Khan. It's not a good or bad thing. We do have, of course, 3 villagers on that gold deposit here. And do have another barracks going on up. More spearmans. Sergeants are, let's see, strong versus melee units, weak versus range units. So it's just me, they have melee armor. Doesn't say here if they're heavy or light infantry. I think they are a heavy infantry unit. I can't remember. You would imagine the age up where you get a plus 50% melee damage would be very popular, because that sounds pretty strong. Let's see. Plus 20 damage versus cavalry. So that appears to be the same. Does take a bit of damage across these units. Got a whistling arrow there. Do now Sergeant, so we will see what type of armor typing it is. It is heavy melee, quote-unquote, melee infantry, even though it does have a range attack. Which has a range of 4 with a slow attack speed of 2, so faster than crossbow, slower than archers. Scout gets shanked. Has inherently 4 melee armor, 0 range armor, so archers do good damage to them, just not bonus damage. They do have spearmen and archer movement speed while at it. And they do have the same base cost as men at arms, though far more heavy in gold. Scout taking some damage there. Hogard's moving around. Number of spearmen, good number of sergeants. Hogard's, of course, have 3 melee armor, so these guys will only do. Well, they're supposed to have an additional 2 damage there, probably from the increased melee damage. But then again, that is rounded up. Here's B. Good impalement there. Does take out one of the villagers. Very nice. Throwing axemen throw axes. Who would have thunk? Spearman engaging the Hoggards as well. Down south, just a horseman, which does increase melee damage as well. No increase bonus damage, looks like. Relics and ovos being researched. Or relic ovos. Ovo taking a bit of damage there. Scouts falling back. A good number of these units could intercept the scout here. Not a problem. Right now I've been casting a bit more Age of Empires 4 because I need a bit more of a stockpile of replays. I've been sort of not doing as many live streams of Age of Empires 4, which sort of also means I'm not getting as many replays done. Hence why I'm doing this entire week just Age of Empires 4 to just catch up. We've got Pumbaa there. Pumbaa goes down. Got stabbed a lot of times. We now have the veteran range archers being researched. Golden Horde, of course, is aged up. That is not an age up, that's a fortress. Level 2 pilgrims here. And this, of course, could net him a 3rd pilgrim. Cleaning up Pumbaa now. Let's see, if he's gone for melee, what else could he go for? Let's see. Fortress and docks can increase hit points or health. Probably not good. I can't remember the unique unit there. Genoa is for the Genoese crossbowmen. Kingdom Castile, units near 6 sides get plus 20% damage. One provides heavy spearmen. I can't remember which one of them it is. And then of course got the Genoese crossbowmen, and the other one's the... Can't remember off the top of my head. I really sort of wish they actually add and like provides this, also enables this, that sort of thing. So perhaps not Genoa, but go for maybe the heavy spearman. Heavy spearman seems always very good. Anglo Empire, that could be the heavy spearman one. Yeah, it was the Kingdom Castile gives a Geniteur. Now I remember. And so this should give him the heavy spearman, so we may see a heavy spearman composition. Especially against the Mongols who are... Or the Golden Horde was a Mongol variant, which means horses. The heavy spearman seems like a pretty powerful option against this in this current matchup. Does find some pilgrims. Could have pursued the pilgrims a little bit more, but probably want to pursue these guys here. Right now there are 3 pilgrims per wave. And summoning the shield hero to deal with the waves is not always going to be a good idea in this game, because not that. We do have now the +1 range armor textiles being researched by the Knights Templar. We do now have heavy spearmans being deployed in the field. If I were to click on one of them, those are pilgrims. So he has some on the field. Where exactly? I am not sure. Either way. Oh, they're just actually just idle around the barracks, my bad. You can see here, plus 13 damage melee, plus 25 versus cavalry. So he has a good amount of damage there. Health is high, armor is high. Attack speed is the same as spearmen. In other words, they are heavy spearmen. Best use crossbow against them. In which maybe going for the, let's see, archery range patches increased by +1. He is going for the crossbow now. He sees the heavy spearmen. He's always going to go for the crossbow encounter. We all got some brother Templars, which are also heavy cavalry. The crossbow good here. Torgards are pretty low in damage, like Keshiks. So they actually have trouble versus even light units. Pilgrim there going down. This round of Pilgrims being intercepted. Looks like just that one took the wrong path. I think one Pilgrim may have got there. No, it's 3 corpses. Let's see, is that level 1 stockyard? No, Ovo offer increases Ovo stone gathering by 30%. I know some people have not really been going for these reinforcement abilities, so then again, he doesn't have a whole lot of stone at the moment, so that would make sense. Nope, he just queued it up, never mind. I think beforehand as well, there was a bug where this actually provided it was bug and it was overpowered because of it. But now that no longer seems the case. But now he gets batches of 3 for the same price. They are ×2 for 2. So you get 3 for 2, so it's effectively a 50% cost reduction, which is very powerful indeed. Kipchaks against all the heavies, probably not a good idea. Let's see, of course he will get some free Roost tributes every so often. Oh, I thought he actually went for Alakovos. He must have not. Either way. Another gear there. Brother Templars needs to really start pushing forward. He got a handful of man-arms here, which will actually be pretty nice against these heavy spearmen. After all, they just have higher attack speed and higher base health than the heavy spearmen, so they will beat the heavy spearmen 1v1 combat. So man-at-arms is actually a good call. Right now, the heavy spearman's due right now at +3 at the moment. He's gone for +1 melee damage, going for +1 range arm or range damage now. Handful of crossbone there. Man-at-arms. Actually, a pretty good number of man-at-arms. Guess he's producing a decent number of them. None of that help. He's going for Karash's equipped with shields, giving +2 range armor, +2 melee armor. In other words, make the trash unit a little bit more effective. Sure, not a problem. Just simply tell me, or just remind me what your, oh, one of them may have dropped off the gold there. Two of them may have. Only one corpse there. Just remind me of what your gamer tag was, as well as what map and time and all that sort, so it's easier for me to find. Now it looks like Pilgrim's heading to this central point now. And right now we do have surgeons, crossbowmen, heavy spearmen, only a man-at-arm, 1 man-at-arm, and 4 hardened spearmans. So in other words, crossbows would be a good counter there. He has a handful of archers, but would be good against the crossbowmen and surgeons. Not versus the heavy spearmans. Batu Khan here. This one does have a healthy number of crossbones as well, so man-at-arms won't be super great nor with the Torgards. So engage, he has, looks like got one of the arrows going. Nope, it's the Karashas getting +1 armor nearby. There's some tributes which are heavy infantry, but they're free of course. More arrows. Batu Khan takes some damage now. Batu Khan does get picked off there. Crossbow firing away. Some of these heavy spearmen, they're being good job being focused down. Right now, some regular archers wouldn't be half bad. He has gone for some men-at-arms, which is not great this one. Roost tributes or the Karashas actually wouldn't be too half bad. Right now they have 4 range armor. They're cheap, not great, but they're cheap. Torgards push forward. Probably could use some regular horsemen in this situation. And more of these Karashas pushing me forward. And the crossbows sort of fall back. Got a scout here. Map Black Show versus Presidente. Map Cliffside. 1 day ago. Perfect. Thanks. We do have a fortress being established. No, that's an outpost. Fortress being established here next to a large gold deposit and next to a small stone and gold deposit. We've got a veteran horseman upgrade for the Knights Templar. See, Golden Horde not aging up just yet. Destroyed value is in favor by yellow, but only by a small margin, about 725. Army value is 9,000 versus 4,000, very much in favor of yellow. Of course, the Golden Horde cannot get improved siege engineers, so cannot quickly deploy out siege weapons to deal with all those crossbowmen. Right now, some regular spearmen wouldn't be half bad for the Golden Horde since there's so many crossbow in the field. They wouldn't be great though. So yeah, probably actually a healthy number of Karashas would probably just be best at this point. Batu Khan does go down there. Blue's trying to fall back. Do got some spring golds. It's also just building siege weapons himself wouldn't be half bad. Oh, 2 ovals right next to each other. The Golden Horde does have a decent amount of stone stored on up. Horsemen push away forward. Mangonels do get a good volley there. He'd been needing some Mangonels to deal with all these forces. Crossmen are somewhat vulnerable to splash damage from the Scorpions, or Spring Golds. Magna straight forward again. Gets this hit there on some of those siege weapons. Some of these siege weapons are almost down. Crossbowman versus crossbowman. Getting some good hits there. More of the Karashes just be good, not the man-at-arms. Takes out 2 Spring Golds there. Batukan goes down. A couple horsemen there by yellow. Ironically, those Karashes are probably going to be more resilient than these man-at-arms. Sure, they have 2 less range armor, but they take almost half damage. Fortress now going up again for yellow, going for a 3rd fortress, which means you'll be up to 5 pilgrims. You now have the stable reinforcements there, eyeing for a bit more stability in his life. Also got some early horsemen being employed on the field. Another fortress going up. Right now, yellow does have more villagers on the field. Income-wise, 2,200, 600, 300. So, about what, 3,000 funding with this here? Probably like 3,700. Over here, 16, 17. That's a lot of gold income. About 4,200. Another ovo will be going down. That's the large deposit of stone. Overgrazing. That's usually a bad thing, right? One person putting 1 fortress. Blue's trying to fall back for these forces. Just regular horsemen, no veteran horsemen just yet. The Kingdom of Poland now being deployed on the field, which will... All cavalry gets plus himself and plus 50% charge damage. Which should, and his age 2-1 does increase their damage already by 15%. So their charges should be pretty effective. Good number of spearmen here on the flank, getting some hits on this horseman. This town center will not be going down. He's just throwing away a good chunk of horsemen there. Blue's not straightforward here. Yellow has an army of 47 versus 97. Army value-wise is in favor of yellow currently. But I think that does add in fortifications like the fortresses. Nothing on the crossbowmen here. Pilgrim's pushing over here. He does not have the treasure tower upgrade just yet. That would pay for itself pretty quickly right now. He captured the sacred site now. This one here would not be decapitated. Vilda's shinking the shaman and gets destroyed by the spring golden placement. We now have the fanaticism. Brother Templars and commandery units gain plus 10% damage when below 50% health. And plus 30% behind below 30%. Below 25%. We do have immediately a big queued up the unique heavy cavalry that costs 300 resources each. The Zlatslaka cavalry, however you pronounce that. Let's see. There are some of them there now. Heavy cavalry has right now 363 health. They do have the Polish Fortitude, deals 50% more charge damage and had 10% more health. Desert Civils, decrease enemies' attack speed on hit by 20%. Has 37 damage right now with a 78 charge attack. Holy crap. And +8 on both for versus light infantry. So archers and spearmen will both take bonus damage from that. Fortress being torched on down. The Karashes have normal torch damage, looks like. Batukan does get picked on off. Stone army's not being researched or aged up with. Spearmen trying to gauge the cavalry now. Crossbow engaging these heavy cavalry units now. Manal gets a nice little attack here. More of the Karashes pushing on the flank. Horsemen push way forward. The fortress is on fire, almost down. Villagers trying to repair it up. They may actually save it. Heavy cavalry push way forward. Crossbowmen just chucking away against them. Biology being researched by the Knights Templar. And these cavalry do get bonus damage versus also crossbowmen since they are light infantry. And does manage to barely save that fortress. He's up to 5 fortresses now, so 7 pilgrims is a lot of free gold income. And there's some Roost tributes there with their glaives. Their Barataki, I don't know how to pronounce that. His spear hits there, crossbow firing away. Horsemen still be a good call against them. These Polish heavy cavalry just probably don't try cycle charging due to how much damage they have with their charge attack. Crossbow chucking away in the back line. Forces being reinforced, trying to push way forward. And this fortress is almost fully repaired. We're starting to go for the iron clamps now. We have a Golden Horde bombard there. Spring Golem placing firing somewhere. And Blues and Saul fall back now. Yellow right now has 146 civilians versus 112, so maybe a little bit too much and maybe a little bit not enough. Got some outposts here, going for another outpost here. And Senior is being researched by Yellow. Blue hasn't really gotten any of the elite or any age 4 technology. He has all veteran forces, no elite units. Go for another Batukan, going for bombards. He needs more gold. Lastest gold deposit is being claimed up now. We've got a big line of fortified outposts being queued on up. Right now, the Golden Horde player is just lacking upgrades. He has a good pile of stone in reserve, at least. So torch down that outpost now, going straight for the bombards. The Roost tributes trying to push their way forward. More horsemen being brought on in. Elite crossbowmen, elite spearmen now being researched. Stockyards being torched on down. This heavy cavalry's moving around. He has 30 of them on the field, 10 more on the build queue. Crossbowmen being engaged. More of the the Polish cavalry. Villagers being pursued over here. It feels like Yell's in a dominating position right now, to say the least. When it comes to relics, only one relic's been picked up. Okay. I see none in the field, so that must be bugged. Unless it was the Ovo relics that he may have done. That may have what happened. Relic Ovo, yeah, it was Relic Ovos. So blue may have claimed 4 relics. Cannon from the fortified outpost fired away. Got around absorbing a lot of shots there. Out Fortress still there. The heavy cavalry is causing a lot of issues. Crossbow needs incendiary arrows to help deal with all of these heavy cavalry. Botchacon immediately gets picked off. This cavalry gets bonus damage versus all the crossbowmen. A lot of this cavalry is actually quite damaged, just can't be picked off. Spearmen need 1 field. We got elite armor tactics on the way for yellow. Blue just simply has no gold income at the moment. More horsemen, more spearmen. Could probably just stand to get more spearmen in the field. He has spearmen on the build queue. Got another round of Roost tributes. Of course, they do have +8 versus cavalry, which is nice, but don't have a spear brace. The Arcos has heavy, so the light infantry bonus damage will not get applied. Of course, those Roost tributes come in small numbers. Maybe Golden Horde, the Golden Temple actually mainly spawn them out, because you can actually do that. Because right now that seems like one of the better units you can deploy on the field to help deal with the heavy cavalry. As well as a mix of spearmen. Which that's actually... Nope, no, those are Toggards. We do now have Brigantine being researched. Gate goes down. Ovo's about to get destroyed. These cavalry units getting hit sept. Ovo will drop the relic. Got a round of the Kipchaks. Kipchaks do have 12 damage, but without any upgrades, they don't get any additional arrows or anything of that sort. Horsemen, big round of cavalry there to help engage. I think got a good number of surgeons here. Which Kipchaks will do full damage to them. Well, has no inherent range armor. The Polish heavy cavalry still causing issues here. Got some also Karashes here. Surgeons right now only have 3 range armor. Yeah, without any upgrades, his Kipchaks are basically Bruce cavalry archers with no real advantage. They are more expensive than Rus cavalry horse archers as well. And that is the end of the replay. It's AngradeVT saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.